Well, folks, for like a day, it's Paul here. A Doric day to be Spikken Scots. Now, I mentioned Doric a few days ago on any of these Spikken Scots things, and it wasn't a particularly Doric day, but I would say this is Doric. It's kind of dull, overcast, grey and wheat and slightly misty. This is a Doric day. Not uncommon in Aberdeenshire. At this time of year, kind of January, February can be quite Doric months. So anyway, I'm up here at Knowe Steam Circle, Steen rather than Stone. Certainly I think that's a Scandinavian way of saying it, but you get the idea. Steen Circle. This scene in particular is reckoned to be about 5,000 year old, so 1,000 rather than 1,000. The right way, I think, or the old way to say it would be Knype. Certainly all Mrs. Stewart that used to bide at Milne's down there, I understand that she used to say it like that. If you look at the map, it says Knype, and kind of incomers into the area would be inclined to say that. But personally, I'm more inclined to say Knype rather than Knype. Knype is probably right and authentic. So anyway, we're here right in the middle of the Hough. A Hough is a kind of low-lying area. Well, I suppose a hollow would be kind of strictly right. If I turn round, you'll get the idea. A low-lying area amidst hills. And you can see, it's a good example of a Hough, because look round there. It's all low-lying and hills all the way round about. So the Hough. Cramar actually just means, it's a Gaelic word, means the cattle fold of Mar. And looking down there, I'm going to make you dizzy, but that's Tarland over my shoulder there. Tarland means the bull's field, again for Gaelic. So there you go, some local bits and pieces. So that's the Hough, Steen Circle, fits some other landscape things. A Haugh. So that would be like in the Haughs of Cromdale. Well, a Haugh, or a Haugh, it's like a meadow alongside a river, or in our case, we had a park just down for the mains of Craigie that we kent it as the Haugh. And it's a good example. It's like a meadow alongside the burn. A burn is a Scots word for a stream. So there you go. So it's burn, Haugh. Well, a Haugh or a Haugh would be like a small Haugh. Get the idea? Kind of in the northeast, we'd kind of inclined to add IE onto things. Mentioned that before as well, like Doggy and Manny and Wifey and Bernie and Haugh as well. So there you go, that's a few things. Knowe, it's like a knoll, a grassy knoll. It's like a small hillock. So we've got a farm just up over there. It's called Knowe. Traditionally you would leave a K, so Knowe rather than now. So Knowe would be a common way to say it, or it certainly used to be. That would be the old folks' way of saying it. So right, I'm going to have a look at this a bit of paper. I'm starting here to put down some notes because I forget often and then I just begin rambling. So there we go, Haugh, burn, Knowe. Alright, now here's another thing. When I was biding with Granny and Granda, my granny, when she was trying to get you to lie down and sleep, she would say, "Steek your in." Now to steek, that's a Scots word for a stitch. So it would like stitch your eyes closed and go to sleep. So to steek something is to stitch it. So that's quite a good one. Let's see what else have we got in my bit of paper. Paper's getting wheat, folks. Here's another good one. Shoogly. If you hang your coat on a shoogly peg is a wobbly peg. So a wobbly peg's likely to fall down. So dinna hang your coat on a shoogly peg, a wobbly peg. Bonny, that's obvious, most folk would ken that. Bonny is beautiful, it's still a Scots word. Wheesht means to be quiet, or shush would be the kind of English equivalent. I'm not sure shush is a word really, but it's more of a noise that suggests being quiet. But you would say is hod your wheesht, hold your quiet, be quiet. And steek your in, be quiet and go and lie down and sleep. So there you go, hod is to hold. Another in Haver, it's to speak nonsense. Now that confused a lot of English folk when the proclaimers come out with, was it 500 miles? When a Haver, when you speak nonsense, Scots words for speaking nonsense, so that's the Haver. Knype. Now that's a word you hear very often now. If somebody's kniping on, to knype is to knock, but if you're knocking on, it's like to move quickly. So if somebody, oh, you're fair kniping on, you're moving quickly, you're moving swiftly. So there you go. So I think that's not bad. I'm through a buckle words. This is number 12. As I said yesterday, I think I'm going to stick to what would you say, a Teuchter's dozen. So that'll be 12. This is my 12th theme, and I think I'll mark it my last theme. And so appropriately, and appropriate for the time of year, just past New Year, when a lot of folks sing Auld Lang Syne. It might be a good way to stop, is to sing, no, well, I'm not going to sing it Auld Lang Syne. Should auld acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should auld acquaintance be forgot for Auld Lang Syne? So Auld Lang Syne. Folks sing it all over the world, and I'm damn sure most of them didn't ken what they're speaking about. Auld, old, lang, long. Syne is since, and it basically means in the good old times long past. That would be a fairly good English interpretation of Auld Lang Syne. So when you ken that, it totally makes sense, especially at the turning of the year. So there you go. 1 point on pronunciation. Please stop saying Syne. Auld Lang Syne. Very popular in England and America, and I hate to say it, but I've started hearing folk should ken better saying Auld Lang Syne, because that's what you'll hear on the telly and in films, but it's completely born out of ignorance. Syne doesn't mean bugger all. Syne isn't a word in English nor Scots as far as I can. So you're spicking nonsense. So your ignorance has led to you sounding like a bit of a gype. So, Syne, S-Y-N-E, Auld Lang Syne. This is guaranteed to get me really annoyed. It's like, guarantee, most English folk that moved to Cushney, and one or two, I'll be quite honest, seem to have willful ignorance about the fact, even when it's pointed out. And they call it Cushney. It's not as if they kind of say Cushney as in ush, like usher. Shouldn't present any problems. So it's not a linguistic thing. You kind of say ush. So Cushney with an ush, nae Cushney with an ush. So Auld Lang Syne with an S, Auld Lang Syne with a Z. No, just dinna do it. You'll hear me frothing at the mouth, getting a bit temperamental, a bit raggy, well, getting in a rage, vexed. That's the kind of thing you didn't want. So anyway, folks, cheerio. I think I'm going to mark this my last theme unless I decide different and turn up for a 13th. But this is my Teuchter's dozen, Spikken Scots with Paul Anderson. All the best. Cheerio.